everyone. Good morning. Thanks, Nimrod. My name is Izi Vidra, and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Antidote. I'm going to tell you about innovation in a space that hasn't been changed for a while, and that's clinical trials. But before, I think we start with a slightly bigger picture of a bigger trend that's happening online, which is around consumerization. So you see this headline from The Economist, "Power at last to the people," and we've been seeing this power moving from the few to the many in many different industries, right? It happened in flights. You needed to go to a travel agent to book a flight. Then you go to kayak. It happened in hotels, shopping, real estate, mortgages, and I think you get the point. So now we're bringing this to healthcare and to clinical trials. This is part of a bigger trend that's taking place where essentially the power is passing to the patients or to the many to make their own decisions about their options for treatment. So I don't know if you're familiar, but every drug that needs to come to the market, this is every treatment, medical device, etc., needs to go through a series of clinical trials. Clinical trials are essential for essentially approving these drugs. Right now, there's 125 million people needed for clinical trials, but 98% of the trials are late because they cannot find the patients in time. So this is costing us, society, a huge opportunity because patients that are desperately waiting for life-saving treatments are not getting them in time, and in many cases, trials fail because they can't find the right people. So disruption is coming, and we're trying to do something about it. How does it work? We take clinicaltrials.gov, the US repository that has all the clinical trials that are live in the US. There's about a few tens of thousands, about 35,000 trials. And this is very messy data. But essentially what we do is we organize it and we make sense out of it by structuring the data. This structuring the data is not an easy task. We are the only company right now taking on this humongous task. And just to give you an idea, in the beginning of the year, we had about 400 trials structured. Today we have over 8,000, and we'll be done with the entire list of live trials in the US by the end of next year. We're doing it therapeutic area by therapeutic area, and you can see here a list of the areas that are live already. So we then take this structured data and we match it with our technology or our algorithms that is called QBMS, or question-based matching system. And we are able to match patients to trials using simple English questions. So essentially what this is, it's a very user-friendly interface where patients can actually triage the trials that they are eligible for. This is not a simple task because if you go to clinicaltrials.gov, you would see that each trial has what it calls eligibility criteria or inclusion and exclusion criteria, which tends to be free text. So we make sense out of it and give you here's 3 to 5 trials that are perfect for you. We then take this search to where patients are. We partnered with currently over 60 patient organizations, health portals, etc., with a reach of over 13 million patients. This is growing month by month as we release new therapeutic areas. We intend to be everywhere by the end of next year when we're done with our therapeutic area list. So it doesn't end there because we then collect a lot of information from patients who are telling us that they're searching for clinical trials. And we build these profiles, which we call Antidote records, to help them match to live trials that are looking for them. The sponsors or the pharma companies, they don't stay indifferent, and they want to also have a better face in front of the customer or the patient. So we built a product for them to help enhance the information about the trials with the information that they actually want to know. So this is what people, or what the pharma companies share and what people see on clinicaltrials.gov. This is what patients want to know. So some of it is there, most of it isn't. And this is what patients understand. And our product Bridge essentially bridges this gap and gives the patients the right information about the trial, which can be, how many times are you going to see me? Can I take the drug after the trial? Is it a shot or a pill? Are you covering my expenses? And so on and so forth. So this is information that doesn't exist anywhere else. This creates a flywheel and a network effect, which enables us to reach patients worldwide and acquire large amounts of data at scale for a very low cost. We're not finishing there, so as a next step, we're actually taking this technology to patients everywhere. converting all of our products into APIs and essentially mobile services that can live on other apps. So if you have a business that talks to patients or engages patients, we should talk because we can help you power clinical trial search. We're also putting it in the hand of doctors. I don't know if you know, but the best doctors, or sorry, the best hospitals out there, bless you, the doctor maybe knows what trials he has in his own hospital. It's very rare that they would know what exists outside of their hospital. And some of the best hospitals, the way that they solve this problem is by having a team of 30 clinical nurses in the basement manually going over the records of oncology patients. So we're going to bring this to the doctors in hospitals everywhere and enable them very easily to search for the clinical trials that match their patients. We are spreading our message. This is our CEO, Pablo, essentially talking everywhere, and I think it's getting the right ears. We've been selected as one of the 5 companies of the Cancer Moonshot, companies that are able to bring the cures to cancer faster to the market. So this is our team members together with the Vice President Joe Biden at the White House. And I want to finish, sorry I ran through, I was told try to keep to 10 minutes, and I wanted to make sure that we get to the video. I want to finish with a message from Eric, which is a patient and one of our users. This video was shot by my team, and I think it tells a story of what we're trying to do, and I hope that I leave this message with you.
I was never a morning person, but I would drag myself out to get the best tides. To me, surfing is about individual freedom, feeling the wave twist and thrust under your feet, and the soft fluid motion as you match the energy that was created by the wind some 2,000 miles away. I was 36 when I was diagnosed with ALS. My name is Eric Valor. I was an avid surfer, snowboarder and scuba diver. Now, I cannot scratch an itch. I cannot walk the beach with my girlfriend. I cannot surf. I am constantly frustrated by my inability to do the physical tasks I used to do so well. But I actually have a pretty fulfilling life. Technology has given me a voice that ALS took from me. Now I am a self-taught neuroscientist who can talk competently and work with established professionals in the field. So I have full days and nights with work and online socialization. My life is filled with goodness. There are just now some reasonably interesting drugs coming into trials, and we need to get them through quickly. Clinical trials represent life, period. The average length of survival from diagnosis of ALS is 2 to 5 years. The odds are you won't be alive if that drug hits the market. This cost to patients and to medical research is too high. I've been involved in trying to compress the time required for enrollment in order to finish trials earlier. We need to be our own advocates and find partners like Antidote who can help us. Together we can erase the death sentence that is ALS.
I hope this gives you a flavor of why I find what we do so fulfilling, and if we do our job well, we're actually saving lives. Thank you very much.